Okay, I've had this sitting in my barn. I've just taken delivery of my Muzata cable railing system that I'm putting on my, I'm calling it a pool house, or really it should be a beach club because it's on the beach. So I've been storing this, waiting for the weather to break and get all my concrete done. It's now done, so I'm gonna load up my side-by-side, take everything up there, and then unveil it and see what I have. They say this is easy to install, so I've got a couple buddies here to help me to speed up the process. So I'm gonna load it up, take it up there, and get out the instructions and see how easy it is to install this cable railing. I've always liked the cable railings because you can see right through it. It's almost like an invisible railing, and that's what I want because I have some great views off to the back, and I need to keep the kids safe. What's also great about the Muzata railings, it was very simple. I just drew out where my railing was going to go and I gave them dimensions. I just measured the length and it does make about a 5-foot return. They sent those back in a computer-rated drawings for me, computer-generated drawings at no cost. That was free, which is wonderful. And it was a very simple process. I just double-checked the measurements, said okay, and then sure enough, within I think a week or two at the most, all this showed up. So now it's my job to get it put all together. So it's gonna go right here. I just had to do a measurement from here all the way down to the end, and I do a short return. I'm gonna be building a retaining wall around, so I only need to come back from this corner to about right here. So it just feels wrapped around. It'll be nice because that is the view that I'm after. I have all those trees lit up at night, and if this lights up at night, it'll just be a beautiful setting. I'm trying to make it feel like a resort so that I want to stay home and enjoy all this. Build an easy life, a one-stop cable railing solution. That's what we're after here. So the first thing you open up is a Muzata tool. So it's an 8-inch industrial cutting tool. That's a nice little gift that we'll keep on giving. I don't know, I'm just kind of curious. A lot of little bags of stuff. Some more tools for tightening up. Looks like for the cable and the bolts on the end. So we'll pull this out and you sort of put everything back in this box. But oh, here's something nice and big. It's kind of like Christmas around here. Oh, look at this. It's like a little toolbox. Holy cow. Another supersized tool. Look at that baby. Wow, they give you everything. They might be putting me in the railing install business with all these fancy tools. I'll have to read up on it, see what the heck it is. It's got a little adjuster, on, off. I got to do some reading. They truly make it easy for the DIY guys. Typically, you're always running to the hardware store. Got to pick up the right kind of tools. They send everything with it. So this will be exciting to see it come together. They even send a shirt, fit the part when you're doing the work. Let me see how it fits. My size, a large. Here we go. Let me try it right on over my Brad the Builder and see how it looks. Because you don't want to see me without a shirt on. I might need a next size up or no lunch. Suck it in?
I think you just suck it up, buddy.
Suck it in, Wayne. Hope there's an extra large in there for you. And I am a lot smaller than you, Wayne. Only in the gut. I got bigger guns.
I'm 202.
Let's see what you got here. Wayne, you're in luck. It's a ladies size 2. See, this one is another large. Okay, let's see. Let's have Wayne try this on and see if he can get stuffed into this shirt like I am. Put it on. Put it over your shirt. We don't want to see what's under the shirt.
I believe this is too big. Oh, it's
no.
tight.
Ah, see? The truth is out. Oh, just straight on shots, no side profiles, because then the truth. Oh, it does.
That's a nice, that's a tight large.
It is it's a tight women's large on Wayne. Here's another one. This is
extra large?
No, it's a large.
Why am I?
Because I told you, you're puffier than I am, Wayne. The mirror he has at home is real skinny mirror. All right, so right now we're trying to figure out how far back we want this post from the edge of the concrete. We have to put a cap over it, but also we don't want to get too far out. There's a good chance when we drill the concrete it could bust out. Based on my deck up above, we looked at it. We're going to go with the edge of the metal to the edge of the concrete. We're going to stick with 1.5 inches. We're going to use that and then run our chalk line and start drilling some holes. Okay, just for example, this is a 90-degree post because You can see where the cables can go in here, and then they got to turn around and go back out the other way. So one side is flush. It would go on the corner down here. If we're gonna go 5 foot in, this is the one that needs to go there. Tell them that so they don't bolt this one in the middle somewhere and we can't find the 90-degree one. So I gotta keep these guys on their toes. All right, guys, for the record, you can see this one is the straight run because we have a hole here, smooth, and a hole here, and smooth. So clean front, and then the cable will transfer all the way through. So we have all these and only one 90-degree. Thought I'd point that out. All right, so we've got everything out of the boxes and we've got all our posts laid out. And because we have one end that we're starting, we're wondering if there happened to be a post down here that didn't have a back end, but I think you have to have a back end to get it started. So you'll always either have holes on 2 sides or you got the 90 degrees where you're gonna have them on both. But anyway, we got them all laid out, and it looks like on our design that they gave us, I believe we're 39.5 inches apart. So we're starting to measure those. We'll set the post down, mark each one, and then we'll start drilling. Hope you can hear me. These guys are still screwing stuff into the concrete, drilling holes. So we went to the hardware store and picked up these concrete anchors. It's a flathead. What's nice, it fits smooth with the bottom plate of the newel posts here. And so the rails will be able to, these will hide really nice. You don't have to cut anything off. The cap that slides right over it will fit nice. These are the only addition that we've had to add that did not come in the kit. All right, we are making excellent progress. We have already gone through steps 1 through 5, and now we're on step number 6, the caps that go down over top of all the rails to hide the bolts. The band around this, and then you pull it over. Can you slide it on there? There you go, like that. So at least it's on there. So I just gotta figure how you get it over this. It's got to go under the rail. Okay, the little bands are what you got to make sure you put on. We're going to attempt the first rail, see how it goes. There's some drilling that we have to do to get these aluminum brackets in place, screw in, and then the railing slides in, holds it into place, and then you keep marrying up the two all together. What we're trying to figure out, read the tips on which rail you should put in first. All right, guys, today is day 2. We had some weather conditions, high winds, blah, blah, blah. Welcome to Nebraska and construction and the saws. I'm gonna do the railings, and what I'd like to do is put lighting underneath it. So I'm trying to figure that out. This is something a little bit different. I do have an outlet at the end that I can just plug into, so I planned ahead for that, but also is where my grill and other items can plug into. So if we can do it right, we're getting the railing laid out. Right now this is upside down so that we can get these metal brackets that they slide. You want those at the end and they will screw in. This is what's gonna connect this rail to this rail because these are independent. See how we do that? That's independent. So this eventually will flip over. Because this distance is shorter, we're checking the boxes right now to see if there is a short one before we cut a long one. Then we could be in trouble. So we're just double checking all the materials that we have, and we're gonna get started here in a moment. I wanna introduce you to my neighbor kid, Ty. He's helping me today, and he's even got the shirt on, don't you? Do you like being on TV? What's your name?
Ty.
Ty, and you are how old? 10, 12, 16?
6.
Oh, 6. I missed that one. He's just a big 6-year-old kid. So let's get to work. You want to hand that one to your dad? All right, Ty, do you think this is hard, or what do you think about putting this together?
It's so easy, a kid could do it.
Is that right? All right, do you hear that? A kid can do it so easy. All right, so because we only have one corner, We got to cut them in 45s to make the return, so we use Tom's chop box miter saw. Starting at the difficult end, or the 90 degree, and then we're just going to start putting them all in a row.
We're gonna do that down there.
Okay, that was just a kind of a test run to see what we need to do all the way down. So Brad's going to take the rail off, we're flipping it over, and we're going to start putting the light tape on, because we have to start at this end because it plugs in at that end. So that's the next move. Okay, the way we're doing the light, since it plugs down at this end, these little black rubber bands that go over each connecting rail joint, we are fishing it through. So I've done that already, and I'm going to fish them all the way down so they're in place as we start connecting the rails. Rubber band has to go on between the light strip and the rail. I hope that makes sense, but that's a little trick we learned. Got some B-roll showing the items that are extra tools that they would need. One is an impact, and then you're going to need a drill, and we recommend maybe getting some of your own drill bits. Some of these bits, they come with it, but they didn't seem to last, so maybe a better drill bit would be great to have. And a couple files in case you got to cut some corners. You're going to want to file that nice and smooth. But other than that, and then a marker. You're going to need a magic marker to mark underneath before you drill. But other than that, so far, that's all we need. And they do come with the other tools now that we're getting ready to start installing the cable railing. All right, so what Wayne's doing now is cutting all the lens caps. Is that what you would call these, I guess? They're going the bottom side of the rail because we have lights in there. And that will finish it off, so you don't see underneath when you're sitting down in your chair, because these are all one big long links and they got a brace in between. We have to cut these to size. So we're just using what are you using, Ray? It's a razor blade? Utility knife. That's all you need. You put it on a board. Straight edge. Cut it to size. Brad snaps it. Okay, we're stringing from one end to the other the cables, and there is a series. You start in the middle, and then you go down one, and you up one, down one, up one, but there's a little schedule they have that tells you what in order. So you just can't go from the top down, bottom up. Don't know why, but we're paying attention to the directions. Well, as we feed them all the way down to the end, there's an end piece that we crimp on, and then we screw on the cap. Sorry for the wind. Then we just barely leave that on, because then we'll get all the tension here, and as we screw it tight, that will tighten up the cable from one end to the other. So we'll show you as this goes. So Brad, remember that little kid yesterday said it was so easy that even a kid could do it? Not only is he a liar, but he grew up. That's him now. It took that long to put it together. No, I'm kidding. This is day 3.
Takes a little while.
It does take a little while, but it's I think it's part of the learning curve. I suppose if we did it again, it would go way faster. It's always the first time you do anything is a little bit more difficult. It's like putting kids' toys together. You go, no, next time I'll know better and I'll get that bike put together and the steering wheel would be on the right direction. But what we're finishing up here, what Brad's doing is we're able to get the lights underneath here. That was something that we added. It's an option with the company. You can order that. We decided to add it later. But what's interesting is on this 90-degree turn is we ran these cables, started all the way down to that and tightened up that end, left that little fitting a little bit loose, pulled it tight here, and then as you tighten it down, that's what got these cables tight, right, Brad? How you did that?
Both ends.
Tighten both ends. You tighten both ends. It just kind of pulls it together, but you got to go in order, like they said. So here's the what would you call this thing?
The T.
So
right here,
the T, right? And that shows how that goes on there, Wayne.
And then you put it in here and you hold that and you tighten it like this. So you use this here. You just tighten it. You just turn it.
And all right, just
Okay, like
keep
that, like that.
and then you just get it to where the pressure feels
Like that.
just a little bit tight. Some are a little tighter than others, but then you can always adjust them over time. But then on the ends here, that's the unique one. It's like a little T, like a little hook that goes in and latches on the back side, because there is not an open end on the back side of this because it's a 90-degree corner. So Brad made that, put it in there, hooked it, pulls it tight, puts it on that end. Then once you get that on there, you have to crimp that on there.
Yeah, get my measurements of the threads right there.
And there's a tool they give you to cut the cable, and here's the crimper. And this thing takes a lot of horsepower that's like a little pump jack, isn't it? Not only does Brad know what he's doing, but he brought some guns and some extra manpower there to pump this down. And then you start pumping it.
Yeah, I always put it in there and pump it down until it just touches and gets tight so I can hold it in there.
Okay, like there. Now it's
Right
tight.
there.
Let me see how far I can get. I've got I wiped out on my snowmobile, hit a tree last year, and so my hands have nerve damage. I have a grip of like a third grader.
You're a long way.
That's about it. Now watch how much he does. He'll pump that thing like it's, oh yeah, I think I must have had it locked because there's no way. I was doing it backwards. So that baby crimps it, pinches it down, and that's what holds the cable in there when you pull it tight. If I would have done it, it would have pulled right out. Look at that. So that baby's pinched in there, nice and purty. So again, we're doing it at different orders, is what they tell you, but I think you're saying most importantly, it's when you tighten them up, you don't tighten from the top and go down. You start in the middle, up one, down one, up one, down one. Just alternate it so it comes together tight. Otherwise, you could run the risk of pulling these upper posts in on each other. So it's looking really nice. I can't wait to be able to show you guys the evening shot when the lights come on and illuminates all this. All right, guys, we're wrapping up my Muzata railing, and I want to tell you some of the benefits that I really like about it. It's got a very nice high-end finish. It's aluminum, so you really don't ever have to paint it. It's maintenance-free, as well as the cable has a material over it so it doesn't get hot. It's a little bit flexible, and if I need to tighten it up, I can. What I liked about it, what I wanted, is my other deck has glass panels, which sometimes you gotta clean them. This is a maintenance free, but also the glass would have blocked some of the wind. I'm out here on a patio, I have a pond behind me, and also that's the view I wanted to take in. So I'm gonna be looking at a pond and the view. What's nice, this meets code because it's within 4 inches. Code is what you look for. You gotta have a 4-inch maximum opening. The way this extends around, it almost disappears, and that's what I wanted. So if you're looking for something like this, that you have beautiful views, unobstructed views, I would highly recommend this. It took us a little bit of time putting it together, but I have all the confidence in some new do-it-yourselfers. It is something you can easily figure out yourself. Hopefully this video helps you. So thanks for watching. I'm Brad the Builder. I'll see you guys on the next job site.